Drifting through the snow in a new S1 Quattro. I'm MattinHo-Ho-Ho. Welcome to the show. Ho ho ho! Hill-Climb Monsters Christmas special. Let's do it. What's going on, guys? My name is MattinHo, and welcome back to Project Cars 2 and a very special Christmas themed episode of Hill-Climb Monsters. And this week, as you can see, we are driving one of the brand new cars that came via the Fun Pack DLC, the Audi S1 EKS Quattro. And like I said, the thinking behind this episode wasn't for any particular lap time or anything like that. This is just a bit of fun, guys, because like I said, it's the Christmas episode, the Christmas blowout episode, I suppose, because the Hill-Climb Monsters episodes have been doing really, really well, so thank you for that. And also, massive thank you, because we've just hit 1,000 subscribers. I don't think I hit that. When I set the targets, I kept setting targets and missing them, and then I set a very ambitious target of 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I didn't think we'd do it, but we have, with about a week to spare. So thank you for that. That is awesome. But yeah, what we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to take a look at the car, and we're going to take a look at the run, basically. And like I said, not in for a lap time, just a bit of fun, guys. So take a look at the car, as you can see here. The Audi S1 EKS Rallycross Quattro, produced in 1917. There we look at 2017. It's got a straight 4 engine with a 6-speed sequential gearbox, producing 560 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds, and a top speed of 165 miles an hour. However, given the way I've got the car set up, we're not going to get anywhere close to that. The big surprise, looking at these stats, is the weight. I was expecting this thing to be a lot lighter, but there we go. Nearly 3,000 pounds, which puts it on very much on the heavy side, I would say, in my opinion. But there we go. And yeah, so I had a bit of practice, had a few runs. Like I said, the prerequisite for this episode was to just, like I said, have a bit of fun, but also get as sideways as possible, as often as possible, and where possible, don't crash. Now, considering the driver, which is me, that's kind of difficult, but I think I just about managed it. So what we're going to do now is we are going to take a look at the run and see how we did. Okay then, guys, here we go. In a run I am going to dub the Chill-Khana. Like a Gymkhana, only less Ken Block, more MattinHo, and more Blizzard, of course, as we get underway. And this time, because it's Christmas, we're going from a standing start. As we come down towards the first corner, booty curve, we're just going to drop it down to 4th, hit the brakes relatively hard, turn in, and then turn away and counter steer, get it nice and sideways. And I really like the center S's because you can just dance the rear end through here from one side to the other. When you get it right, it feels very, very good. Coming down towards cruise line corner, get it down to 3rd gear on the handbrake, back on the power, counter steer, and then you want to get it down to 2nd for trash can corner because it's a little bit tighter, get very, very sideways, just about keep it out of the wall, and on we go. And this was so much fun to do, it really was. If you haven't tried this, I highly suggest you do. Blizzard conditions in a rallycross car around this course is awesome. And seeing as it's Christmas, we're going to do things a little bit differently, because instead of going over the magic roundabout, we're actually going to go around it for once. Get on the handbrake a little bit, down into 1st gear, and away we go again, down towards Stickman Squats now. And the entrance to Stickman Squats was the toughest corner on the run, because it's uphill and, you know, it's really tough anyway. Getting on the handbrake just made it even more difficult. But if you get it right, then once you get over the hump, it'll flip it the other way anyway. So we just about keep it pointed in the right direction. And we're going to go and clip the wall there, but get her onto the roundabout and go around it once again. Actually going to get a warning that tells us to go the right way, but it's MattinHo's Gymkhana, Chill-Khana Christmas episode, so I'll go whichever way I want, and on we go down the happy highway. And yeah, as you can see, because of the gearing, we're not going to get anywhere close to that 165 mile an hour mark top speed. We get 125, 126 tops out of this thing as we come down here. But the bonus, I suppose, is I don't know, is there a bonus for going 125 mile an hour when you could be doing 165? I don't know, you tell me. But coming through traffic cone corner, and that was very, very simple because we're not really going that fast. it was very, very simple, and because we're not having to come down from massive speed as well, we don't really have to brake, just a little lift and you're off you go again. But coming down towards Stonewall Corner, this one was a little bit tricky. You want to just drive it through the first part, and then as soon as you start seeing those little those chevrons, you want to hit the handbrake, get it down to third, and just swing the back end out. And same can be said coming down towards what is understeer corner. We're going to turn that into oversteer corner for Christmas. We're going to get very sideways, get on the grass a little bit tricky to get off it initially, but we managed to do so as we move into the entrance of Ice Cream Cove. And Ice Cream Cove, like the CLRS's, is very, very nice because if you can just get that weight transfer, that swinging from one side to the other, you can really help the car get through it. And we're going to get on the handbrake a little bit here, get into second gear, again, bit of counter steering, and away we go again through Cobra Pass. And yeah, like I said, this is so much fun. I highly suggest you do it. I did, full disclosure, I have to do this as a single race, basically, as an offline race, because in time trial, which I normally do when I'm doing my Hill Climb Monsters episodes, you can't set the weather. So I did have to do that there as we come down towards Captain Slow, James May Corner. Again, very, very sideways. Didn't get as sideways as I wanted to through this second part here, but we make it through just about down towards 42 now. Get it down to fourth gear, on the handbrake again, get it sideways all the way through there, and off we go towards the end of the first sector, a 334.45, which is terrible, I think you'll all admit. But like I said, we're not really looking at lap time, we're just looking at the fun factor, and this is a lot of fun. But yeah, like I was saying, because I had to do it as a single race, there were bonuses like A, I could turn the regulations off, B, I could set the weather, and the big one, I could turn damage off as well. I cannot tell you how annoying it is to have damage on in time trial mode. I really wish they would turn it off, because if you're hitting something as hard enough to cause damage that wrecks the car, then you've pretty much ruined the run anyway. So I don't see why we need to be penalised twice for it. But yeah, I'll get off my soapbox as we come out of Fraggle Rock Corner and down towards Bridge Corner. And Bridge Corner was tricky because it's a lot longer than it looks, and you have to be very, very precise when you get on the handbrake. You want to get it down to third gear, and you get on the handbrake again, turn right, and then flip it left just to counter steer, and away you go again. You're going to get up to sixth gear, coming down towards the entrance of the Monga McRae Hills Complex, and yeah, get sideways once again. I think Colin McRae will be proud of that, and this run hopefully. But yeah, very, very enjoyable. And another bonus is we can go pretty much flat out through the most of this, because for those of you who've watched previous episodes, you can find yourself getting into a little bit of bother if you go flat out through all of it because of the jumps. And you really, I expect none more so than the Camel Straight and the first of the two Mirage corners as well, because the first corner is obviously very, very blind. It's you come over the crest, you can't see the apex, but yeah, you're going to see that now as we come across. We do get a little bit of air, just a tad, not as much as we would have normally had, but we do get a little bit of air. I do dip off the accelerator, it's just kind of habit more than anything else. But coming over the second crest and down towards the first of the Mirage corners, get it down into third gear, and then you want to get it down to second. I do dab the handbrake just a little bit, just to help us get the rear end of the car around, and off we go again down the pogo stick straight. And yeah, again, I had to be careful down this straight because of the blizzard. It was very, very hard to see where the corner was. Even though I've done this so many times, you do need those visual reference points about when to brake and when to do when to turn and so on. And yeah, but we make it through. We do get on the handbrake a little bit, get a little bit sideways as well, and we make it through. And this section here was this really brought out a lot of understeer in the car. This corner especially, I maybe should have taken it a little bit, the entry a little bit wider and then cut in, but I didn't. We do survive though, and down onto the Great Ocean Highway, maybe just about clip the wall and the barrier there, but this corner here, really enjoyable because it's so wide. I know I could just keep it in fourth gear, hit the handbrake and fling it around, get it sideways, and off we go again. And yeah, like I said guys, I highly suggest you try this. The other place that's really good for doing a blizzard in a rallycross car, oddly enough, is Long Beach. That is a lot of fun as well. So if you haven't tried either of those, either the rallycross car or driving in a blizzard, or on this course or on any other course, then I highly suggest you do so. Old Spa is also a good one to do in the white stuff as in the white stuff as well. as we come now down towards what is the Deception corner, and a little bit sideways through there. Again, not as much as I would have wanted. I did contemplate trying to get the back end out through Deception, but considering it tightens towards the back end, I didn't want to ruin the run, basically. And again, full disclosure, I did at this point feel as I was driving just a little bit within myself, because I had so many runs and I'd ballsed it up in this section by going maybe a bit too gung-ho. I did decide just to reel it in just a little bit. I do still get sideways through a few corners here. Through this section, I decided to do it with just the foot brake, basically, rather than the handbrake, and it does help. You get the gears down, you hit the brake, and you turn hard, and you can get it back around. I do get on the handbrake through here just to get it round. And as we come up towards the entrance of Rocky Road, this is where I make one mistake. I don't turn in quick enough, and it just aquaplanes pretty much straight off into a barrier. Mind a little bit of time lost there, but again, we're not really looking at time. But coming through this corner here, this one caught me out on a couple of occasions, as did this one here. All of these cars tend to bring out a lot of understeer in a car, regardless of the conditions, as you will know from previous episodes. But yeah, we get through it, and coming towards the this very, very long second to last corner, do get a little bit sideways, having to counter steer just a little bit. But as we come towards the last corner, we've got to once again get it down to third gear, dip the handbrake, get the rear end around, down towards the line, and to finish the run, it's going to be a terrible but festive 8 minutes 35 seconds 0.7. So it is firmly bottom of the leaderboard, as you would expect. But there we go, guys. That is that's the Christmas themed Chill-Khana hill climb monsters episode that I've been promising you for a couple of weeks now. So there we go, guys. Really a lot of fun. Like I said multiple times, if you haven't had the chance to try the rallycross cars, or trying them in a blizzard, or on the Azure Coast, or Long Beach, or Spa, highly suggest you do, because it is a hell of a lot of fun. But yeah, like I said, guys, that is the end of today's episode. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, you would like to see more hill climb monsters, or project cars, or racing content from myself, then make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Also, once again, thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. You've really made my Christmas. Absolutely awesome of you, so thank you for that. But yeah, the next hill climb monsters episode will be getting back to normal, back to the normal routine, with something absolutely awesome next week. So make sure you tune in for that and subscribe. But again, thank you for watching. Take care, have an awesome Christmas, and next time I'll see you will be on Wednesday for a double episode. Probably have some Gran Turismo and some Football Manager. So take care, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.